Hello, everyone. Welcome to Magical Pain-Free Living with Shalini. I'm your host, Shalini Joshi Amdagni, and I'm a physical and emotional pain relief expert and a best-selling author. And if you are here because you are someone who is feeling sick and tired of being in pain, whether it's physical or emotional, and you've been trying lots of different things to help yourself break free from this pain, and nothing that you've been trying so far has been working for you, and you're feeling frustrated because this pain, whether it's physical or emotional, is limiting you in different areas of your life, impacting your productivity. And you're beginning to wonder that if everything I've tried so far hasn't worked for me, then does that mean that I'm going to be stuck here forever? So if that is you, you are in the right place. I'm so glad that you're tuning in. I'm so glad that you're here because it is my intention to share with you tips and tools and strategies to help you better understand your pain, to help you uncover the deeper underlying root causes of your pain. And trust me, it's not what people usually think it is. And I also want to share with you a tool that you can apply immediately to manage your pain levels, whether it's physical or stress levels, immediately, instantly, and see immediate shifts in your pain levels. It's a tool that you can use anytime, anywhere. So wouldn't that be great? So I'm really glad that you are here. And this show is going to be a weekly show. I hope you can see this. It's going to happen every Thursday, 10 a.m. Indochina time. And since this is my very first episode, in this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you a bit about me so that you have a context of who I am and what gives me the authority to be here and talking to you all about pain-free living, right? And I'm going to share with you what I truly believe. I'm going to be sharing with you why I'm doing this show, what you can expect from this show moving forward. And in the end, I do have a challenge for you. So stay tuned. Okay, so a bit about me. Like I said, my name is Shalini Joshi Amdagni, and I'm a physical and emotional pain relief expert and a #1 best-selling author. Now, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a medical professional. But 10 years ago, I had been diagnosed with an illness because of which I had pain. And, after months of going in and out of hospitals, doing medications and all sorts of different pills, nothing was working for me. I tried everything that they told me to. I tried physiotherapy, I tried acupuncture, I tried ultrasound therapy, hot pack, cold pack, rib support, neck support, change of mattress, change of pillows. Is anyone out there that can relate, right? I tried everything that was out there. And interestingly, nothing was working, but what did happen was that the pain, which had just started as a pinprick pain in only my left rib area, was now spreading all over my upper back, my upper body, and I couldn't even turn my neck without a lot of pain. And so when I went back to the doctors, they suggested that I just quit my job and be on bed rest forever. It was such a helpless feeling. It was such a feeling of hopelessness, to quit my job and just lie there on bed day after day. And as a mother, at the time my kids were 5 and 6 years of age, and I used to drive my kids to school and do all sorts of activities with them. And, as a mother, I felt so helpless. I don't know if any mother, any parent is listening in, it's such a feeling of helplessness, not being able to be a regular parent, a regular mother to my kids. And I think I reached rock bottom one day when my daughter, who was doing somersaults on the bed right next to me, landed at a really peculiar angle and broke her left elbow bone. And I could not drive her to the hospital. I had to call my relatives, luckily, who were there and who came rushing in to take her to the hospital. That day, was really one of the worst days of my life. I felt helpless. I felt hopeless. I was angry at God. I was wondering, what have I done to deserve this? Now I can't even be there for my children. And, I was really frustrated. And I thought, really, if nobody can help me, if all these experts and all these things that I've tried can't help me, then does that mean that I'm going to be stuck with this pain forever? So I'm sure some of you who are stuck in pain right now can relate to this feeling. Now, what happened, luckily for me, is that I happened to attend a self-awareness type seminar. Actually, I was pushed into it. A friend of mine forced me to go to this self-awareness seminar, and I heard the words that I had never heard before, and that changed everything. So I heard the words that you create your life with your thoughts and your dis-ease too. So, I thought, really? Like, is this guy, the host of the seminar, does he truly mean this? So is he trying to say that I am creating my pain? I've created my disease. Why would anyone try to create pain and disease for themselves? It didn't make sense, and if it was just another day, me attending a seminar, I would have walked out of this seminar, because I couldn't understand why, when I was trying so many different things to help myself, why would I try to create this for myself? But something inside me asked me to stay on. And first of all, I was desperate. I was desperate because my big thing for going on trying was my kids. And I told myself, what if I stayed open? What if he knows something I don't? What if something else is out there that I'm not aware of that just might help me? So I stayed on, and at the end of the seminar, I went up to the host and I said, I'm in pain, and I have this illness. What do you suggest I do? And he told me, why don't you try EFT? And I said, what is EFT? And he said, it's emotional freedom techniques. I don't know if you can see this. Emotional freedom techniques. And I'm thinking, what's emotion got to do with my pain? I have a physical pain. There's an inflamed ligament, and it's creating all this physical chaos in my body. What's emotion got to do with this? Anyway, I went back home that night and I Googled the one and only website there was back then on emotional freedom techniques. It was called emofree.com. And I went and downloaded their 80-page online free manual. And, as I was going through this manual, it looked overwhelming. It felt, it had pictures of different acupuncture points on different parts of the body. And they were talking about how you can stimulate this with fingertips and tap on them, and you would see shifts in your pain levels. And I thought, this sounds weird. It doesn't sound real, but I tried to apply this as best as I could follow what they were, as best as I could follow the instructions. And after trying it a couple of times, to my complete shock and to my complete disbelief, I saw some shifts in my pain levels. Wasn't something big, wasn't something significant, but I noticed things like wow, my left side of my neck doesn't feel so stiff anymore, or, my right shoulder doesn't feel as heavy anymore. I don't feel so much pressure on my back anymore. And this was nothing short of a miracle for me, because there would be days when I would be popping all sorts of different pills and not see a single shift in my pain level the whole day. So very excited, very intrigued, I went and ordered all the videos they had in their library and began applying this tool, following along with the videos and doing my best to apply this tool by myself, on myself. And, there would be times when you had to tap on the symptom, on the physical symptom. But what I noticed was that it's when I was working on the emotional aspect, on the, deeper inner emotional baggage, all the feelings of guilt and shame and overwhelm and frustration and feelings of unforgiveness and all that emotional garbage, right? That I would notice significant shifts in my pain levels. So as I applied this tool like a maniac over a period of over a month, I think it must have been 40 to 50 days, that one fine day, I was completely free of every single pain in my body. I was free of my disease. I had completely healed myself. It was a very magical moment. I felt, so I cannot even begin to tell you. It was one of the best days of my life. And I could clearly see, what that guy at the seminar was saying, that you create your life with your thoughts and your dis-ease too. I could see, how holding on subconsciously to all the pain and all the shame and all the guilt had really created all this dis-ease within, which was now physically on the outside, on the physical layer as well. And, it was just nothing short of a miracle for me. And I felt so light. I felt so happy. Not just that I had healed myself physically, but something else was going on. I felt this sense of a whole new me. I felt light. I felt happy. I felt happy being me. I felt energized, empowered. I felt like this new sense of confidence in me that I didn't see before. And, so it was like a whole new me. And I also discovered my purpose. I knew why I was breathing. I knew what my purpose was on this planet. It was so amazing that this weird looking, strange looking, easy to do tool had helped me move out of this dark, thick, heavy fog out into bright sunshine. And, that was 10 years ago. And I remember that my very first client was a doctor in my building who had been helping me through my pain. I had been consulting her as well. And I knew that she had leg pain. And I said, would you like to try this? And she said, sure, because she saw me out of pain. And as we applied this tool on her, she was completely free from her physical pain. And it's not just the physical, this is working on emotional as well. So, for example, the director of Dunkin' Donuts, Obopan, Thailand, who had been suffering from 15 years of anxiety and depression, something that was affecting his work and jeopardizing his career. As we use this tool on him, he was completely free of that too. And it's been an incredible journey since. I've worked with thousands of clients over this 10-year period and seen some amazing results. And, my work has been featured on local news, international magazines, online shows, even on TV. And as a thought leader on health and wellness, I've spoken on platforms alongside Janet Atwood, Marcy Shimoff, Alex Mendosian, Mark Allen, and many more. And, 10 years ago, when I was really stuck in pain and I couldn't see a way out, I used to tell myself, Shalini, just be happy where you are. You have a great husband, you have great kids, you have so much family support, you have no financial worries. You really can't have it all. So just learn to live with this pain. And 2 years ago, in 2014, I co-authored a book which became an international bestseller. Co-authored it alongside people like Lisa Nichols and Sark and many others. And my chapter was called "You Can Have It All." And, so that's been my 10-year journey. And so jumping on into, that's all about me, and jumping on to the next topic that I wanted to share with you is, why am I doing this show? And what are my core beliefs? So I truly believe that, your inner reality creates your outer reality. I truly believe that. Because, you've heard that, right? That the fruits you are getting in your life are based on the roots. And if you want to change the fruits or the results, whether it's physical health or emotional health or whatever the fruits you want, if you want to change that, then you've got to work on the roots. And it's your inside that's creating your outside. And I truly believe that your pain is simply a signal. It's one of those fruits that you're getting, right? It's the result that you're getting. And if you are only going to look at the physical aspect of it and try to treat it physically and ignore the deeper underlying root issues, then you're not going to get the results that you're looking for, because you have to go deeper and address those deeper underlying issues. I truly believe that we are triune beings, which means we are mind, body, and spirit, right? And usually when we have a physical pain, we try to box it into this physical category. Like, I have this physical pain, but there are different categories, right? There's physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. And I believe that everything is interconnected. So if you're someone right now who has physical pain, it's a physical experience, right? But the fact that maybe you are feeling sick and tired of your job, you're feeling really unhappy at work, right? Or maybe, your relationship isn't feeling as fulfilling as you want it to. And there are some issues in your emotional relationships, whether with your partner, at work, or whatever it is. Or maybe, you feel like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life. And I feel like I'm just drifting aimlessly and I don't know what I'm supposed to do. My life feels meaningless. Then all that pain that you're feeling within is not completely disconnected from your physical pain. It's all interrelated. And if you don't address that, then you're not going to get the physical relief that you're looking for. Even if you do address the physical and you do get some relief, and for a while it seems like the pain is gone, the physical pain, really it's still there and it's recycling, and sooner than later it will show up in a new and stronger way. So, I believe that everything is truly, truly interconnected. You cannot separate them into different categories. And I believe that, to create changes in your life, to change those fruits that you're getting, you need to be aware and you need to be open-minded. When you come to a topic like this, for example, this pain, right? Physical pain, emotional pain, you already know a lot about this topic. And so we have this dangerous word that we use, like, I already know that, right? But it is my experience and it is my belief that when and only when you're willing to go beyond what you already know about this pain and be open to what else might be out there, that's when you are able to make discoveries and create changes that significantly and positively change your life forever. And I also believe, that life is truly, truly magical. I know I call my brand is Magical Pain-Free Living, and there is a reason, because I truly believe life is magical. And let me explain that with an example, right? So for me, I like to think of a glass lantern with this beautiful golden light within. I believe we all have that golden essence, that golden spark. I believe that we are all divine sparks, right? And the glass lantern is like your body. And as we go through these different life experiences, right from our childhood, we start collecting layers of dust and debris, mental dust, emotional dust, physical dust, spiritual dust, right? And after decades into our journey, we are covered in layers and layers of dust and debris, and we cannot even feel that inner glow. We don't see it, that inner light that is truly us. And we feel disconnected with our life. We feel in pain and in dis-ease. And, as we begin to clear out, like wipe and clear and let go of all the different layers of emotional and physical dust and debris, really working on cleaning up that glass, which is covered in this thick muck, right? That our inner light begins to shine brighter, that we begin to feel this inner glow, that we begin to, notice, begin to see the beauty that is inside of us, and that inner light begins to guide us. And when your inner world becomes calmer, when you can feel this beautiful glow inside, everything on the outside, whether it's physical pain, emotional pain, or some other work pain or money pain or whatever it is, it starts to shift, and this light starts to guide you. It starts to, it starts to be like this internal GPS that guides you, and you start to see that life works for me. You start to feel that everything is working for me. Things are always working out for me, and it really takes on a magical journey. That's been my experience. That's been experience with thousands of people that I've been working with. So, and I also truly believe that you can have it all. You can't have what everybody else has, right? For me, I don't care for cars. I don't care for many different things, but I do love travel and I do love nature and all that stuff. So I can have whatever I want and the things that I truly, truly desire. Okay, so that was all about what I believe. Now, why am I doing this show? Well, a couple of reasons. I'm doing this show because, I believe that I've been on this journey for 10 years. I healed myself and I worked with lots of people. And I believe that whatever I want to share with you, whatever I've learned in my journey over these 10 years, so that you can take a few shortcuts and you don't have to go that long, winding, bumpy, struggle-filled road. And you don't have to, I spent a lot of wasted time, energy, money, and you don't have to. And you can take a few shortcuts and, get on the path that will eventually lead you to lasting relief. And I also believe that, if you're someone who's in pain right now, you're not living the life that you truly want to, right? And just because you haven't had the relief so far you haven't gotten the results, that doesn't mean that you have to just live with this pain or that you just have to tolerate it. There is a way out. And I'm also doing this show because I want you to know that you're not alone, that there's help, and I'm here to support you. And there is really, truly, there is a way out if you're willing to be open-minded, and if you're willing to try something that you haven't ever tried before, something weird, something different, there is a way out. And so, what can you expect in this show? Like I said earlier, I'm going to be sharing with you tips, tools, and strategies to help you better understand your pain, to help you, give you strategies to help you uncover the deeper underlying root causes of your pain, because if you don't address that, then you never really get the lasting relief that you're looking for. I'm also going to be doing live demos where I'm going to be sharing this tool that I used on myself and healed myself completely, that my kids use on a daily basis. And we haven't been to a hospital for any issue in 10 years that I've used with clients, thousands of clients, so that you can have something immediately that you can use and experience instant shifts with. And as we do the live demos, you don't have to just sit on the side, right, and just watch. You can have a live experience, and you can follow along, right along with us, and see shifts in your pain levels too. And you can also expect in this show that I will be inviting expert guests who will also be sharing their perspective about pain and how to get unstuck from your pain. And as we move along, I will be throwing in a few free gifts to help you, support you on your journey to peace and to breaking free from this pain. So, I would love for you to join me. Like I said, this show is going to be weekly on Thursdays at 10 a.m. ICT, Indochina time. I know that translates to the day before, so it's a Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific time, just to give you a reference. And I am so excited. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. And I would love for you to engage, to write, ask your questions. And, I want to acknowledge all the people who are here right now. Thank you. We should ask Nick to come here. Someone's saying, definitely. Please invite. So I have a favor to ask of you, and that is that if you like what I shared, or if you resonate with what I said, please share it, please tweet it, please, help me spread the word. It would really help me, and reaching out to those people that really need to hear this message. And if you have friends or contacts or loved ones who are in pain and who've been trying different things and they're not getting the results that they want, I know there is a way out. So please help me share this message with them. And to know more about me and my work, you can visit my website. It's magicalpainfreeliving.com, magicalpainfreeliving.com. And before we wrap up and before we close, I do have a challenge for you, okay? So are you ready? So the challenge is that I want you to, oops, there's a phone ringing in the background. I'm sorry about that. I want you to tune in and take time to tune into yourself and, sort of take a physical inventory of what's going on with you. Physical inventory, mental inventory, emotional inventory, and just check in and see, where in my life am I feeling off balance? What's going on inside of me? Where am I feeling stressed? Where am I feeling unhappy? What are those areas that I've been neglecting that I really need to pay attention to? Because I truly, truly believe that it's your inside that's creating your outside, right? And if you keep ignoring the outside, even though you may not be in pain right now, or you may not be experiencing any outside discomfort, it's only temporary, because like I said, everything is interconnected. So I would love for you to take time to tune in and become aware of what's going on within. Because like I said, it's only when you're aware that you can clear something, right? So it's really important to tune in and become aware so that you can then begin to create the changes that you truly want for yourself. So thank you again, all of you, for joining me. I didn't get to acknowledge a lot of people who are here right now. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll join me for my next show. And before we close, before I pause the recording, I do want to say thank you, and remember to go back and tune in to you. See you in my next episode. Bye for now.